Let's get your thoughts on UK politics. A couple of weeks ago, we discussed the speculation about an early election in the UK, a summer election. Well, overnight, Rishi Sunak has called that. It was a pretty dismal sort of an English election calling, with the Prime Minister standing out in Downing Street in the rain. Here's some of what he had to say.
This is proof that the plan and priorities I set out are working. I recognise that it has not always been easy. Some of you will only just be starting to feel the benefits, and for some, it might still be hard when you look at your bank balance.
Alexander Downer, does he have any hope of hanging on to government?
I don't think they have much hope, no, but he's obviously used the opportunity of good economic news, where the economy is now growing faster than Germany, France and the United States as a result of the quarterly GDP figures released last week, coupled with the inflation figures, which showed British inflation had fallen to just 2.3%, which is 0.3% above the Bank of England's target. So
a couple of weeks ago, Alexander, you were suggesting the theory was that if things were looking really bad for Rishi Sunak, he might rush to the polls to protect his leadership, to make sure he's not knocked off by his own party. Do you think that's what's unfolded here, or something else?
No, I think it's all about the economy. I think he feels that he needs to run the election on the basis of the good economic news. And on that basis, he might be able to, save a lot of Conservative seats, if not win the election. I mean, I think the odds are about 300 to 1 that he would win the election. It would be a major, not a minor, but a major miracle if the Conservatives were able to win the election. I don't think they can. But nevertheless, he obviously thinks this will minimise the damage. But it's such a shock to call the election 6 months before he has to, and to announce it in the rain and the way he did is just an encouraged ridicule, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's not a great start. We'll catch up with you next week and get your thoughts on the Labor alternative. Thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
Wow, 300 to 1. Them are pretty long odds, hey?